been locked down and the site's hens will be culled. The New South Wales government is offering assistance to the ACT as its teams respond to the issue. And the number of sexual assault complaints recorded by police has increased for a 12th straight year. Lindsay Brennan reports.
2023 had the highest rate of recorded sexual assaults in the 31 years that the Bureau of Statistics has been collecting the figures. Females make up 84% of victim survivors, and the most common age group was between 10 and 17 years at the time of the incident. New South Wales and Queensland saw the biggest increase in reports to police last year. For every 100,000 Australians, there were 136 complainants. Support for victim survivors is available by phoning 1800-RESPECT.
Checking petrol prices now. Unleaded is $1.91 at the United in Amaroo. It's $1.98 at the Ampol in Western Creek, and it's $1.75 at the Costco at the airport.
Sports update. Choose Red Energy for 100% Australian oil, electricity and gas.
Blues players Latrell Mitchell and Liam Martin, as well as Marone Valentine Holmes, have all been charged for high tackles or dangerous contact in State of Origin 2. All of them are free to play. They've accepted fines with an early guilty plea. While tonight, it's the women's Origin decider in Townsville. Former Perth Wildcats star Alex Sarr will realise his dream, recruited by the Washington Wizards with pick number 2 at the NBA draft.
The Washington Wizards select Alex Sarr from Toulouse, France, overtime elite and Australia's Perth Wildcats of the NBL.
That audio thanks to ESPN. And Brisbane Lions coach Chris Fagan has confirmed Will Ashcroft will make his return through the AFL after recovering from a ruptured ACL. Ashcroft has been sidelined for 342 days following a knee reconstruction. And that's the latest from the Capital Radio Newsroom.
Everything for your home. The one and only Harvey Norman Fish Week in Belconnen. 2CC Traffic.
It's the final week of Amart's end of financial year sale. Get 20 to 60% off absolutely everything store-wide. Hurry, Amart Fish Week is open until 9 tonight. Here's your latest Canberra traffic. Watch for roadworks laid out through Bruce along the Gungahlin Drive corridor at Belconnen Way this afternoon. Also, patchy traffic through Throsby southbound up the hill on Horse Park Drive approaching the Federal Highway. The Audi end of financial year event is here. Receive reductions equal to the amount of GST on the manufacturer's recommended list price across a wide range of Audi models. T's and C's apply. If you see any problems, call the Traffic Spotter hotline 62 100 100.
On 2CC, Canberra's weather. Thanks to 40 Weeks, America's #1 mattress Serta. The only mattress with a 90-day comfort guarantee. In store now.
It's getting down to -2 overnight, partly cloudy tomorrow and 13. Showers increasing on Saturday with 14 and showers easing on Sunday and 12. Right now it's 13 in Belconnen, 13 in Pialago and 13 degrees in Holder.
Listen to Nine's coverage of the Paris Olympic Games on 2CC, bringing Paris to Canberra.
School zones are now in operation, so please drive safely. Thanks to Bloomer's personal injury lawyers, Canberra's experts in injury law. bloomers.com.au.
Yes, Uber Eats does deliver snacks. No, Uber Eats does not deliver snakes. Obviously.
I wonder if that hissing sound is snakes. Yep, definitely snakes.
Uber Eats get almost anything.
You want Queanbeyan news? We've got Queanbeyan news, and lots of it, at the all-new Queanbeyan City News website. It's fast and it's free every single day. This is Ian Meikle for City News, qbn.com.au. A whole new world of Queanbeyan news.
Visit Riverside Plaza. Treat yourself to a delightful coffee or lunch and explore the new Suzanne Gray near Cafe Cherry Beans, offering the only NRMA shopfront in Canberra and Queanbeyan, plus hassle-free parking. Enjoy over 50 stores, Best and Less, Reject Shop, Coles and more. Riverside Plaza, Queanbeyan.
June clearance at Domain ends Sunday. Stores open till 9 p.m. tonight. Last chance to get up to 30% off Windows 11 computers. Save $400 on the Eufy Cam 3 4-cam pack plus Homebase 3 under $1,400 plus a $100 gift card. Samsung Galaxy Buds 2 just $158. That's 35% off. Google Pixel 8 128 gig only $848. Save $350. June clearance at Domain ends Sunday. Stores open till 9 p.m. tonight.
Now on 2CC, live from the nation's capital, this is Canberra Live with Leon Delaney on 2CC.
Well, good afternoon and how the devil are you? Great to have you along today. Leon Delaney here with you. It's Canberra Live on 2CC and it's your chance to have your say. Any topic, anytime, whatever it is you'd like to talk about, all you need to do is grab the phone, call 6255 1206 and you can tell me what's on your mind, Canberra. Well, today, the ACT Greens have surprised absolutely nobody by all but confirming they are determined to end horse racing in the ACT. In today's reply to the ACT budget, Greens leader Shane Rattenbury has outlined a plan to resume Thoroughbred Park and redevelop the land to provide up to 5,000 new homes. The plan has been slammed by Clubs ACT, the Canberra Business Chamber, the Belco Party, and of course, the Canberra Racing Club. Among the concerns that have been raised is the erosion of business confidence if there is another forced acquisition so soon after the Calvary Public Hospital controversy. Greens planning spokesperson Joe Clay has indicated that compulsory acquisition is on the table, while also suggesting that she sees no need for any horse racing facility in the ACT, with Queanbeyan so nearby. Meanwhile, the residents at Coringal Court in Narrabundah are facing an uncertain future as the date for their eviction rapidly approaches next week. They have been told that they must move out by the 5th of July. However, many of the residents say they've been kept in the dark about where they might end up. The building is officially transitional accommodation. However, some of the residents have been there for many, many years. And you might have noticed lately that retailers are more and more often adding a surcharge for electronic transactions. Whether you're using a credit card or a debit card, regardless of whether there's any other option for payment, vendors, both online and in real life, are adding surcharges to just about everything, prompting some to ask if it's even legal. Well, yes it is. But is it justified? That's a much more difficult question to answer. And you can have your say, whatever it is you'd like to talk about. This is the place for you.
Call now, 6255 1206. Canberra Live with Leon Delaney on 2CC.
3:10, and the big story today, of course, is Shane Rattenbury's reply to the budget, where he's outlined a plan to build up to 5,000 new homes on what is currently Thoroughbred Park, completely ignoring the fact that Thoroughbred Park is already in advanced stages of its own redevelopment proposal, which will deliver about 3,200 new homes, while at the same time retaining the venue. The people at Canberra Racing Club have a short time ago provided a media statement in which the CEO of the Canberra Racing Club, Darren Pearce, says the Greens quote the urgency of the need for housing supply, and we agree. There is no greater harm than that of time wasted. So why would we abandon a plan in the home straight for one that hasn't even left the barriers? Darren Pearce said the ACT Greens concept plan has not properly considered the precinct where we have toiled since 1961. He is not supported by technical studies or statutory consultation and has no lived experience on our precinct. He said the first rule of development is to build what the community needs, such as Canberra Racing Club's master plan is in no way focused, or as such I should say, Canberra Racing Club's master plan is in no way focused on luxury apartments, as repeatedly referenced incorrectly by the ACT Greens. This deceptive language is clearly a political ploy to bounce around the ACT Greens echo chamber. Darren Pearce said today's media release by the ACT Greens is clearly an attempt at a political strategy to differentiate themselves from the other political parties ahead of the election without regard for those they hurt. Now, of course, you would anticipate that the people at the Canberra Racing Club would be strongly opposed to this announcement from the Greens. But the fact is, it's not just the Canberra Racing Club. It's also the Canberra Business Chamber, the Belco Party, and Clubs ACT, where the CEO is Craig Shannon, who joins me now. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Leon. Thanks for having me.
Well, thanks for joining us today. You've had some strong things to say about this proposal too, haven't you?
I'm absolutely stunned by this announcement, and I'm starting to wonder whether the Greens are trying to build Queanbeyan at the expense of Canberra residents by these sort of announcements. The fact that they would refer people to the Queanbeyan racing track as an alternative option is just dumbfounding to me, particularly when they know that the plans worth about $2 billion that the Canberra Racing Club are putting forward achieve most, if not all, of the results that they are claiming to promote with their own model.
You've said apparently that the Greens proposal is a fanciful, uncosted and ideological bait and switch at taxpayers' expense. What exactly do you mean by that?
Well, I think at the end of the day, the true colours of the Greens here are about being anti-horse racing and not, in effect, trying to achieve the outcomes for social housing or otherwise that they are smoke-screened in this press statement today. There is very great detail available from the Canberra Racing Club in what they're trying to achieve with their own precinct redevelopment, and all of these things are in train. And quite frankly, that's done at the expense of no taxpayer, but at the expense of the Canberra Racing Club, its members and its patrons out there. So that's a project that the taxpayer is expected to pick up by the Greens when we've got so across the ACT that could use ACT government money spent much more effectively to the benefit of those communities.
And in fact, the plans put forward by the Canberra Racing Club are very well advanced, aren't they? And in the process, there's been extensive consultation, not only with the community, but also with ACT government agencies. And on the face of it, it appears that the Labor partners of the coalition government in the ACT still support that plan, as far as I can see. Is that the case?
That's what I understand too, and my understanding is it's very close to the approval stage. It's been, as you say, well developed, well consulted and well prepared. And people got to remember that the Thoroughbred Park and the Canberra Racing Club is a not-for-profit entity. But the Greens have quite sadly tried to promote this as some outcome for SPIVs, wealthy apartment buildings and other things being put on the edges of the race course. And it's not. It's a very well-developed, comprehensive proposal that benefits the whole community, and any return that comes from that back to Thoroughbred Park and the Canberra Racing Club gets back returned to the ACT community broadly through sports and community groups. And you've got to remember, it's also one of the biggest event spaces in Canberra that's left. In fact, I noticed Music ACT's been coming out today in media terms complaining about losing venues, that it's very hard to get performance space in the ACT. Thoroughbred Park has been a very diverse environment and a very big, effective event venue for the ACT. If that's gone, then where are things like the Speed Festival from this year and coming up next year, Festival of Speed, where are they going to go? What's going to happen to Summernats? There's music going on over at Thoroughbred Park on a regular basis as well. I just wonder what the Greens' game is to make Canberra such a boring, dead city that everyone moves over to Queanbeyan or something.
Actually, it's interesting that you raise Summernats because obviously that's located at Epic, but it is so close to Thoroughbred Park, no doubt any future residents there are likely to have concerns about the noise, aren't they?
Absolutely, and I believe there is actually some spillover from over at Epic into Thoroughbred Park in terms of some of the activities and events associated with Summernats. So that would potentially be lost as well. I think the Greens have been quite misguided by what they've done with this announcement. They've misrepresented the role that Thoroughbred Park's playing with its own precinct development and the fact that it is beneficial to the broader community. I don't know who this announcement is meant to serve, but it's certainly not the people of Canberra.
The proposal put forward by the Canberra Racing Club, of course, also includes, and it's important to acknowledge, it says 3,200 homes, and we know that, but that includes build-to-rent social housing. So it's not just luxury accommodation, as the Greens have asserted, is it?
No, it's not. And they've been working very closely with the ACT government in trying to support the ACT government's policy in regards to social and affordable housing as part of this redevelopment. And, to come in at this stage now and put up a fanciful sort of SimCity solution by the Greens, it's just going to serve no benefit to anybody. I don't understand why this has been blindsided today other than as a political stunt based around pure ideology and an obsession with horse racing.
Well, it certainly appears that way, doesn't it? Because if nothing else, it would effectively end horse racing in the ACT, something which the Greens appear to have been pursuing for a very long time, although they've been reluctant to actually say so out loud, haven't they?
Yeah, and in their own commentary, they've referred to Queanbeyan as a viable alternative. I mean, I don't know how much of the entertainment life of this city they want to transfer into New South Wales, but with every announcement, it seems to be getting worse. And I don't understand who they think they're elected to serve, but it's the people of Canberra, not the people of New South Wales.
Indeed it is. Thanks very much for chatting today.
Thanks for having me, Leon.
Thank you. My pleasure. That's Craig Shannon, the CEO of Clubs ACT. On 2CC, what do you think? Do you reckon that Thoroughbred Park ought to be compulsorily acquired by the ACT government and turned into housing with up to 5,000 new dwellings? Or do you think the proposal that's currently well advanced from the Canberra Racing Club to redevelop a large chunk of that land to deliver well over 3,000 new dwellings, which is already, close to being approved by the sounds of things, do you think that's the better way to go? Let me know, 6255 1206, and tell me what you think. 3 now on 2CC.